Well, I'm on the stand that has been the talk of the show, quite honestly, and I'm talking to Jim Kirkwood, who's the, let's get it right, Director of Product Management for Kress. And the reason you're the talk of the show is that you've just unveiled something which is quite revolutionary within this industry. Do you want to tell them, or shall I?
Well, I guess we can do it both. We can do it together, I guess. So we've launched a new type of battery to the industry, a battery that's been designed specifically for the landscaping trade. So it's a battery that can provide high power and can be charged at a rate that is not possible for anyone else at the moment or any current technology. So we've got a battery that can be charged in 8 minutes. So
That's 8 minutes for
8 minutes. The quickest the similar battery could be charged elsewhere is 1 hour and 19 minutes. So reducing it drastically compared to what's possible currently.
Now that is quite a leap from what's going on. Now you were telling me it's 10 years in development this,
Yes.
involving a university in Canada. Can you just talk us through the development process from those days 10 years ago?
I think the development process came about where our CEO recognized that none of the current battery manufacturers were focusing on this area. There's a big focus on electric vehicles, how to get more mileage, how to function properly, people charging vehicles at home and that kind of focus. Nobody was focusing on a battery that could give high discharge, a high charge rate, that could work in a way that instead of a landscaper taking multiple batteries during the day, he could operate for the day with 2 batteries. You can charge the battery here quicker than you can actually expend a battery in a machine. So you can keep constantly working just with 2 batteries. But you then need other batteries to make sure you've got the right equipment for battery on board, or whether you're using backpacks and everything else. So we've got a solution to suit all of that.
Now, we're standing at a very space-age looking vehicle here. Can you just talk me through what we've got here with your vehicle?
This is part of our cyber system. So we've got the cyber tank here, which is the piece that sits within the van. This itself takes around 3 to 4 hours to charge overnight. But you then have a capability during the day to charge the big backpacks. You've got a capability to charge 7.5 batteries whilst you're out on the road. So that gives you more than enough capability. If you go out already with 2 batteries charged, then you've got 9.5 batteries. And if they're going to run equipment for up to an hour or more, you've got more than a day's work.
So what you'd be looking at for a company to buy this sort of setup, what you're on display here, the whole shebang from the van and the kitted out with the machines and the battery charger?
I guess in terms of this as a system with the van and all of the equipment that's in here, around 20,000 would allow you to kit the van out with the charger, with the batteries and with the equipment.
And the van? Plus the van?
Van's a little bit more. The van on top. And obviously the racking inside the van would also cost you a bit more as well.
Yeah.
I guess the system here and the change is that traditionally we would sell equipment and someone would then go to a petrol station and buy the fuel. Here the concept changes where this is now the fuel. So okay, it may charge around £1.60 at current rates to charge this overnight, but that's all your expenditure on fuel. You've already bought the fuel up front.
Now, what has the reaction been from the beginning of day 2 of the show here? So what has the reaction been in day 1?
Reaction's been phenomenal, I guess, in terms, and as you would expect, it's something new, it's revolutionary, it's a battery that doesn't exist anywhere else. So the reaction from the whole industry is this is possibly a game changer. Everyone else at the moment has to focus on a number of batteries you need for a day's work. How do you charge them while you're on the go? If it takes more than an hour to charge, you've got this disposition where you're going to run a battery down quicker than it can be charged. Here you've got the reverse effect. You can charge the battery quicker than you can run it down.
Well, as I say, it's having unleashed it on the industry. How are you going to cope with the demand that's going to be created by such a game-changing piece of kit?
I guess in terms of that, our focus at the moment is to work with Kress partners. So we will have dealers across the whole of the UK, Ireland, Europe, North America. They will focus on this, and between ourselves and them, allow us to kind of put out the volumes that we can. Obviously, we'll want to try and produce as many as we can, but there's always going to be a limit to what that is. So I guess during 2023 and 2024, that's when we'll see the full exposure into all of the markets. And I guess the other key that then someone then asks, what's the longevity of a battery? That's one of the current issues. You've got current battery technology that might limit to 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 recharge cycles. And that's information from the battery manufacturers themselves. This can be recharged 3,000 times at a flash charge, so it completely changes the whole lifetime of a battery. You've now got a battery that can physically last years, and the warranty that comes with it is 8 years.
You couldn't produce a battery like that for my phone, could you?
That could be part of the thing for the future, I guess. You got all these things, but no. Batteries for phones and laptops, we're aware, slowly degrade. And whereas you get 10 hours when you buy the thing, it then comes down, you get 2 hours, 1 hour. Same thing happens with all batteries. And I guess we judge things on the recharge cycles getting down to 80%. So even when a battery is normally spent, you've still got 80% of its capacity. Here, we're saying it won't reach 80% until you've done 3,000 recharge cycles.
Now, having this sort of lined up on the way to the show this week, you must have been quite a bit of excitement knowing what the reaction was going to be.
Oh, no, absolutely. And even putting things together like the vehicle and stuff. So this is part of the concept and our vision on how someone could function with this equipment on their van and go for a day. So here it represents something that a two-man crew could go out on the road. They'd have all of the equipment they need, from the push mower right the way through to the robotic mowers and the ability to charge on the go.
Well, Jim, thank you very much. I know you're a busy man in this stand particularly. To give us a little bit of your time today, much appreciated, and good luck going forward. It is exciting times ahead for Kress.
Absolutely. No, I think it's really fantastic. We're enjoying the show now, and it'll be great to see what the reaction is post-show.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time. Okay.